Okay, my name is Marc Schwinges. I'm executive producer and CEO of a company called Underdog, and I am also involved in organized industry. I'm the former co-chair of SASFED, and I'm now executive consultant to SASFED, which is the Screen Federation of South Africa. I also sit on the board of SOS, the Support Public Broadcasting Coalition, which is an NGO working on the issues of public broadcasting and the need for further public broadcasting in South Africa. And also dealing with community television. And I'm also honorary member of the Documentary Filmmakers Association and the former chair of the Independent Producers Organization of South Africa. I have been involved in the issue of broadcasting, and particularly when it comes to factual programming, which is my speciality. Broadcasters in South Africa that particularly focus or that have to do factual are all the ones who have local content quotas, all the ones who have broadcast licenses. Unfortunately, in South Africa, we really only have one public broadcaster who has 3 channels, which 2 are public, and 1 is a public commercial channel. Therefore, a lesser degree of content has to be done. It's SABC 1 and 2, which are multilingual channels. They operate in multiple African languages, and SABC 3 is mainly an English-based channel, dealing with more commercial slant. All 3 of those have an obligation to do documentary programming as a percentage of their programming. In fact, there's an even share with other genres. Whether they do it or not is debatable. Quite a few do not do as much documentary as they should do. And ETV is the other free-to-air broadcaster. There's only 1 channel on the ETV bouquet currently. They also have an obligation to do documentary and factual programming. And they have done some, but again, not proportionate to what the regulation states. And then finally, we have M-Net and the satellite pay TV bouquets of DSTV, which M-Net is a bit of an odd hybrid because it's somewhere between a terrestrial broadcast channel, in that they have a single broadcast license which runs on terrestrial, and the others all run via the DSTV bouquet on pay TV satellite. And the satellite pay TV bouquet does have an obligation to do documentary. Again, very little has happened there. And Top TV similarly has an obligation to do factual. Top TV is the competitor to DSTV, and they have an obligation also to do factual programming. But their percentage shares of programming, local programming generally, in other words, the pie of what they are doing, is substantially less. Because on the pay TV satellite bouquet, it works as a percentage of budget, and it's only 10%, where with the free-to-air broadcasters of SABC 1, 2 and 3, the lion's share is that much bigger of local content, so obviously proportionately also the factual programming is increased.
So Mark, how many hours of factual is, say, the SABC acquiring? Do you have a ballpark estimate?
I'd say that in recent years they've almost dropped to negligible levels. Certainly in the last 3 to 4 years there's virtually been no permissions of factual programming by the SABC. They've only been acquiring through license, which is increasingly difficult to do. So they have been failing dismally on their obligation. Technically speaking, they all have at least 1 slot a week, which is percentage-wise not equal to the other programming genres.
And is there any hope, any trends that are positive?
Unfortunately, factual has not gained much favour in the audience share and in the advertising share, and therefore, as most of the channels, even the public ones, are driven by commercial realities, it's unlikely to change in the near future.
Thanks a lot, Mark.